G'day, I'm Adam Gordon, the Profit Seek Detective, and a very warm welcome to this Cash Optimisation 5-minute interview where we give you some immediate practical tips on how to improve the cash flow and profitability in your business. One thing's for sure, you won't improve the cash flow and profitability in your business if you're not heading in the right direction or not doing the right thing, and that requires leadership. But there's more to leadership in a business than that. So today I'm joined by Catherine Palin-Brinkworth, and Catherine, very warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Adam. Great to be with you.
It's a pleasure to have you here. For those of you who don't know Catherine, she's a business growth strategist, providing performance improvement solutions to businesses and professional firms all over the world through her consultancy, Progress Performance International. With her experience in leading organisations and chairing boards, she's in demand as a facilitator, a coach and a mentor. She's also a very experienced professional speaker, past national president of the National Speakers Association of Australia and a past international president of the Global Speakers Federation. Catherine's got many professional and academic qualifications, but she says her very best education has been life itself, especially parenting, along with a few other challenges on the way. So, Catherine, it's a pleasure to have you here. She's going to answer 4 questions on the topic, are you leaking profits through lousy leadership? And the rules are simple. We're going to aim for 5 minutes, but we may go a little bit longer, but that's quite okay. I'm sure you'll find this useful. So, Catherine, if you're ready, we'll start with the first question.
Absolutely, you go for it, Adam.
Okay. What does leadership mean in a small business?
It means money. A lot of people think leadership's something that only belongs in big businesses. And in fact, it couldn't be further from the truth. Leadership is about knowing your direction. Because Catherine Palin-Brinkworth is such a long name, a lot of my friends have called me CPB for many years. And I always think that stands for clarity, purpose, and belief. And so many of us running small businesses are running. We sometimes forget where we're running to and why we're running. And we end up doing far more than we ever meant to do for far less money. I wonder if anyone else can relate to that.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
I hope so, because that's what I love to do, is help people to get really clear on where they want to go, why they want to go there, and then to get clear on their running track. You know, what is the parameter that they want to work to and through, and how they can provide the service at a better profit. Now that's leadership. Leadership is knowing your direction. It's knowing your goals for the next 3 to 5 years. Any further than that's impossible, but ideally even just for the next 3 quarters, and how to stop worrying about today's cash and how to really worry about this year's profit.
Very good. I got a few clients who could do with your clarity, undoubtedly. Okay, so is strategy important?
Yes, absolutely. And a lot of people don't know what it means. Again, they think it's something highfalutin that the large organizations work with. Strategy simply means, okay, if this is where we are now and that's where we want to go, how the hell are we going to get there? What methods are we going to deploy? What people are we going to serve and what people aren't we going to serve? And then put in methods of deciding who these people are and how to identify them and how to reach them. So it's really working out what your work is going to be so that you don't waste time on stuff that isn't going to make you money.
And I would guess very much part of that is one of the first things you mentioned in that answer was who you're working with, who you're working for, who are your clients. It's very hard to head in the right direction if you don't know who they are.
It is, Adam, and yet because usually in a small business we don't want to turn revenue away, we're often trying to serve too many people in too many different ways and end up not doing any of it particularly well. Now, I run a department store. There are lots of things that I do in my business, and I don't niche so much by activity, but I have learned over the years that I've had to niche in terms of what activity for what market, and therefore whatever I'm doing I get really clear on who I'm talking to and why they need this and how I can connect with them and how I can help them best. And I find that helps me to be clear, to be purposeful, and to have the belief around how I can help them.
Right. Very good, very good. So, with that in mind, what's the number one shift in mindset that you think's important?
Here's the number one thing for me. It's that you are the owner of the business. You own it. It does not own you. And I know some of you will relate to that as well.
Yes, too right.
I got lymphoma. I was diagnosed with lymphoma 12 years ago and told I had 5 years to live. And clearly that was not correct. But I know for a fact that was because I was absolutely exhausted, run down. I'd been running my business for 14 years at that stage. I was exhausted, and I don't want that to happen to anyone else. So what I really, really want is for people to get clear that they own their business and it is their servant, not the other way around. So you have to have a good return on your investment in your business, and you must demand it and insist on it, and don't allow it to take over. That's a mind shift. And once you've got that mind shift, then you can get the skill shift. So yeah, that's the most important thing.
The way I've sometimes, I haven't used the word ownership, but at times I've asked people, are you running your business or is it running you?
Oh, yeah. Well, you own the business, and as the investor, you need a return on investment. Otherwise, you're insane. Yeah. Sorry, but I was.
Yeah. I've seen so, I've been working with small businesses now for 27 years or some such thing, and so often have I seen people basically captured by their business. They're enthralled. They're tied down to what they've got to do for their business, and yeah, it controls them.
Yeah, and Adam, I know years ago I had drummed into me that I had to deliver customer ecstasy, that I had to keep my customers happy, ecstatic at all times. And now I've learnt the intelligent thing is that if I don't keep myself alive, I can't serve them at all. So what I really have to do is have that wisdom, I suppose, to know how far to go and to know when to say, I can do that for you, but it won't be this week. Yes, I'd love to help you with that. And this is how I can do it. I don't talk about what I can't do. They don't want to hear that, but they do want to hear what I can do. And I need to be intelligent and self-respectful enough to be able to be very clear on that myself. So clarity, purpose, and belief, it's really important.
Yes, I think I hope that our viewers will really tie down those three initials, clarity, purpose, and belief, because yeah, so important. So we've got to do that mindset, that shift in mindset. What's the number one shift in behaviour that follows from that?
Yeah, of course. So keep your strategic plan, even if it's just on one sheet of paper, on what you're going to achieve in what time frame and what are the things you need to have in place to enable that. And then be the manager of it. Keep it up on the wall in front of your office or in front of your computer, whatever you have to do, and be the manager of it. Employ yourself as the manager. Right. And threaten to sack yourself if you don't do a good enough job, because sometimes I have needed sacking. I've needed retraining. I've needed coaching. I've needed all sorts of things to get me back on track. So don't come up with some fancy, silly strategic plan and put it in a drawer. Get it onto one piece of paper, if you can, as a map, and manage yourself every day. And most importantly, give yourself big ticks for every single thing you do. The old-fashioned to-do list, which, legend has it transformed major businesses in the US. And pick out the 3 things you need to do today. Make your list, prioritize your list, and do the top 3. If you do that, you can knock off every day feeling really proud of yourself.
You can look back.
As well. Yep, having served your customers, you can look back and go, yep, I did it today.
So I've done it, I accomplished, I can tick those things off, and and you get that feeling of accomplishment.
Can I give you another one?
Yes, certainly.
The other behaviour is never ever to say, I have to, because you don't. You are the captain of your ship, the master of your fate, and you don't have to do anything. The only thing that nature will have you do is breathe, eat, and drink. But you don't have to do anything else. Everything else is a choice. and you decide if you are going to do it or not going to do it, and live with the consequences. So if you say, I have to get this done, I can't come out for dinner now, or I can't go to bed, or I can't take time out, or I have to work weekends, what a load of baloney. You are being a victim to your own beliefs and your own lack of planning and lack of management. Go back into a job. Because if you want to be a business owner with all the freedom and the unlimited capability for profit that brings in, then own the mindset of an investor and an empowered person who says, I can and I will.
Very good. That's very direct. Catherine, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, look, thank you very much for that. Where can people go to get more information or resources?
Happy to have people come to my website, and I know you're going to provide them with all that information.
I shall certainly give them that.
Just my name with .com at the end. Sometimes I help people who want to be speakers, so I have a website called makemoneyassaspeaker.com. That's an interesting business. And they can even email me. So Catherine@progressperformance.com, and I will answer you.
Okay, Catherine, thank you very much. That's been some wonderful advice for our viewers. Thank you.
Pleasure, Adam.